The story of the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Golden State Warriors is going to be a doozy. With LeBron and Steph going through so much together throughout their entire NBA career, for this to be one of the very few times people consider them, well, going at it on an equal playing field.
Oh, no.
A lot of nasty narratives are being flown around and completely ignoring context and the fact that LeBron is now 38 and past his prime, and as of right now, the Golden State Warriors were not at the peak of their powers like they were a couple years ago. So really, a lot of the narratives thrown around were just semantics, like Stephen A. Smith saying that LeBron could be removed from Mount Rushmore.
We might have to remove LeBron James off of Mount Rushmore and put Steph Curry on it.
Or Steph has more to gain from this than LeBron to lose, as if like there isn't clear context of why this series really shouldn't have this much impact on these guys' legacy. But game one proved that this series was going to be a doozy. As of right now, Anthony Davis is known as alternate day Davis, and he plays good on odd days. In this game one, he definitely proved that may have some credence to it. 30 points, 23 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 blocks, and 11 of 19 shooting, 8 from 8 from the free throw line, and dare I say, one of the most masterful defensive performances I've ever seen. Him himself playing drop coverage and blowing up the Golden State motion offense forced Steve Kerr to do what many people was calling for the entire time, and that's just put the ball in Steph Curry's hands. But he didn't do that until a little bit later in this series. But LeBron James had a subpar game by his standards. 9 of 24 shooting, 1 for 8 from 3. And that was a big question mark if can he actually get back to shooting the ball well this series. But this game, he had enough help. Dennis Schroeder came off the bench, gave you 19 points. D'Angelo Russell was 9 for 19, and Jared Vanderbilt and Dennis Schroeder were giving Steph Curry hell in that motion offense, completely blowing it up with Anthony Davis there as a backline savior. But Steve Kerr put the ball in Steph Curry's hands to be a ball handler and run the pick and roll himself, and that nearly cost them this game for the Los Angeles Lakers. Steph Curry went on a 14-0 heater in the fourth quarter that closed this lead and saw the Golden State Warriors only down by 3, and then this happens.
They got it. Reset. Curry. Down it goes again.
Jordan Poole, after having a dismal NBA playoffs for reasons anybody can speculate, but he was not playing well, and finally he gets a game where he relatively plays pretty good, and he takes a 30-footer to tie the game. Now, there's a lot of conversations about whether he should have taken the shot, whether he should have stepped in a little bit earlier. I myself had no problem really with the shot. He's made those before, and I don't think he could get a much cleaner look than what he did get, and he's made 30-footers before. But this was the talk of all the major media outlets, whether Jordan Poole should taking the shot. Not the fact that the Golden State Warriors probably just unlocked something that could be very, very bad for the Los Angeles Lakers in Steph Curry handling the ball. And that's exactly what they did in game 2, where the Golden State Warriors completely blew the Los Angeles Lakers out the damn water, where this was at one point a 30-point deficit. In a series, many people question if LeBron James could actually shoot it accurately to give the Lakers a chance. He came out firing. By halftime, LeBron had 21 points and it was 9 of 13 shooting and 3 for 5 from 3, making shit like this.
But it finds its way to James, who has to hoist it up, and he banks it in.
And this saw the Lakers being down on halftime by about 11, and Steph Curry at the time was a mastermind. He only had 8 points, but he had 8 assists, and his gravity on ball, letting go of the ball early and using his own gravity in a semi-motion offense while having the ball in his hands way, he was getting everybody open. Take Klay Thompson at halftime had 19 points and 7 of 12 and 5 of 7 from 3. And overall, this Golden State Warriors is just giving the entire Los Angeles Lakers squad too much they could handle. Steve Kerr started JaMychal Green this game instead of Kevon Looney, and he was hitting some shots that made the Lakers have to be a little more honest on him, which opened the game up completely for everybody else. At the end of it, you saw Klay Thompson having 30 points, hitting 8 threes, Steph Curry having 20 points and 12 assists, hitting 3 threes, and JaMychal Green having 15 points and hitting 3 threes in this game. That really sunk the Lakers. But then this series swung to LA. People asking what adjustments can Darvin Ham make to help this Los Angeles Lakers team win this game. And it was a nice adjustment in freaking deed. Steve Kerr didn't go away from what helped him win game 2, and he basically put the ball in Steph Curry's hands, and he kept JaMychal Green starting. But again, JaMychal Green didn't hit 3 threes this game. Steph Curry, even in the pick and roll when he had the ball in his hand, even though he played relatively okay and shot okay, 9 of 21 and 4 for 10 from 3. Overall, Anthony Davis not playing higher on the nail. They weren't getting open shots, and he's one of the only players that can basically be in no man's land, where he isn't really protecting a roll completely, and he isn't really guarding up top completely, but he's so damn long that it's hard for the Golden State Warriors to really do anything. Passes weren't really getting through. The Lakers were locked in on defense. There's a synergy all over the court, and overall, Austin Reeves had a okay performance defensively on Klay Thompson this game. He didn't do anything crazy offensively. He actually one of the worst offensive games. But D'Angelo Russell came out firing, and he was a large part of the reason why the Lakers took this game. And in garbage time, something that could look forward to next game is Lonnie Walker coming in and using those minutes to really show that he can still perform, dropping 12 points and 2 for 4 from 3. And that was a little bit of foreshadowing for what's to come in the next game. Game 4 was the tipping point for this series. Going down 3-1 to this Los Angeles Lakers team was an insurmountable effort for Steph, because this team really wasn't at its peak of its powers. You can't really expect them to be able to muster that type of offensive output that they haven't been able to do all season long consecutively in 3 games to win a series. So you had to take this 2-2 to at least give yourself a little bit of a cushion to make some mistakes and still be able to survive this series. The Lakers did not give a damn about that. Steph Curry came out and he looked ready. Even though he only shot 12 for 30 and he was 3 for 14 from 3, he had a triple-double, 31 points, 10 rebounds, 14 assists, and he overall was emptying the clip, showing that he was doing anything he can to possibly win this game. Andrew Wiggins was the only other guy that showed up. Klay Thompson was 3 for 11. Jordan Poole barely saw the court, was 0 for 4 and only played 10 minutes. And Gary Payton, what Steve Kerr injected in the starting lineup to be able to at least mitigate a little bit of what D'Angelo Russell did and help this team overall be better at switching and giving the Lakers a little bit of headaches. Pretty successful up until the 2-minute point of the fourth quarter. The Warriors had control of this game, 96-99, and it looked like they were ready to really pull away from this team. And then it kind of fell apart. On the Los Angeles Lakers side, Anthony Davis finally had a consecutive really good offensive night, even though technically he did have one in the first round. But you know, he only had 16 points in game 6 because they beat the Grizzlies by 50 before halftime even freaking showed up. But LeBron had an inefficient but pretty good performance. He was playing pretty bad in the first half, but he ended with 27 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists on 10 for 25 shooting, 2 for 9 from 3. But some of those shots were very, very timely. Austin Reeves in that fourth quarter was surgical, 7 of 15 from the field, and gave this Laker team 21 points. But Lonnie Walker was the story of the game. 6 for 9 from the field, 1 of 3 from 3, 15 points in the fourth quarter alone, giving Steph Curry fits and completely taking this game out of the Golden State Warriors' hands and putting them in one of the worst holes possible going back to Chase Center. But championship organizations don't go away silently, and the Golden State Warriors came out in Game 5 showing that they were not going to go away silently. 7 of 12 from 3. Overall, they were just lighting the Lakers up in every single facet. And the Lakers were slowly keeping up. While the Golden State Warriors was raining 3s, the Lakers were getting to the line and hitting their 2s. The game was overall a pretty okay performance from both Anthony Davis and LeBron James, but the Golden State Warriors were just too locked in almost every facet. Their 3-point shooting tapered off. They only hit 12 of them in the second half. But they overall were cooking the Lakers on the inside and getting to the line. And the scary part of this game, Anthony Davis got a very bad hit to the head from Kevon Looney that ended in him going to the locker room in a wheelchair. And it looked like if Anthony Davis wasn't going to play in Game 6, things could definitely get bad in this series, and we may look at the Golden State Warriors back in the conference finals again. And then we get to Game 6, the end-all be-all, the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Golden State Warriors. This was do or die, and the Lakers had to go back to Chase Center with the series tied 3-3. I'm fully aware that this team was not going to pull that one out. They needed to end this series tonight. Anthony Davis was questionable up until about a couple hours before the game, and he is playing. And to start this game, the Lakers came out with a punch. The Golden State Warriors was missing some easy open jumpers, and the Lakers took advantage of it, going up by 17 early. But again, champions don't go down very easy, and they fought back, even bringing the game within 2. But the Lakers and LeBron, they weren't letting that shit slide. Tonight, this series ends, and they let off a flurry on the Golden State Warriors, completely burying them. And they were up by as many as 22, but they cut it back down to about 14 going into halftime. And the Lakers came out again, completely ready to bury these guys, even with the refs ejecting Dennis Schroeder from I don't know why, because Draymond put the ball in his face and he was Steph Curry's primary defender. The Lakers did not let go of the rope. They completely added to that lead. Austin Rivers, D'Angelo Russell, Rui Hachimura, all of them. Lonnie Walker played well, but LeBron James tonight came out and played like elimination game Bron. He wanted to end these Warriors tonight, and he gave the Lakers the best performance he's had so far these playoffs. And an efficient 30-ball, near triple-double, and completely dismantling this entire Golden State team. And to think that this Golden State Warriors team's dynasty started when LeBron was 30. It looked like they shut the championship window on him, and overall he fought through that, and he is now still one of the best players on the planet with Golden State's dynasty dynasty now probably over. It's absolutely incredible. This is a very good series. A lot of people expected to go to 7, but looking at what the Warriors and how hard they had to fight to get past the Kings and the Kings defense, I had the Lakers in 6, and it came true. The Lakers completely dismantled this team when they had to. There's a couple of games there that had lackluster performances, which is a concern going forward for this Laker team, that they do have so many down performances sometimes, but when they're up, they're scary. But let me know you guys think in the comments down below. This Laker team versus Nuggets team is going to be an amazing conference finals to watch. Anthony Davis versus Jokic. That being said, this is up, that's my time, and I'm out.